Welcome to the induction ceremony for the Washington High School Alumni Scholarship Foundation 2022 Hall of Fame class and a distinguished award presentation. My name is Wayne Schwartz. I'm from the class of 1949. I am a member of the Washington High School Alumni Scholarship Foundation Board of Directors and also a member of the Hall of Fame Committee. No. I will be your master of ceremonies for this morning's program. Your families and friends, staff of the Milwaukee Public Schools, staff of Washington High School, Washington High School students, and special guests. I'm pleased to see so many of you here today. I think first off, we will introduce the Hall of Fame Committee. We'll do this alphabetically. Linda Bukowski, standing in the back there with her hand in the air. In class of 1962. She's been a board member for 25 years and also was recording secretary and did the spring fundraising luncheon forever. Steve Brown. Put his hand in the air. If he stood up, he might. Steve has been on the board for 20 years. He was president of the board for 10 of those 20 years. He also was a prime mover for the Washington High School 100th anniversary celebration, which was at State Fair Park a few years ago. He also is a recipient of the foundation scholarship. Presently, he is a vice president at Molson Coors. Linda Dernberg. Linda, class of 1969. That's all we're going to say. We're going to hear more about Linda shortly. Joe Kamach. Joe, retired faculty from Washington High School. He is an information technology expert. Joe is the person who developed and maintains the Washington High School website. Bob Nelson, retired faculty. Up in the air, Bob. Retired faculty at Washington High School from 1972 to 1995. He was on the faculty, but he had a special position from 1991 and 1995. He was principal of Washington High School. While we're talking about principals, we'll mention one other. Jerry Brendel. He is also a former principal of Washington High School. Donna Rebeck. We will hear more from her later, but she is our from the class of 1967. Now the president of the foundation and is a past educator. For years, she was an English teacher in the city of Louisville, Kentucky, and moved on from there to be an administrator in the public school system of Lansing, Michigan. And believe it or not, she came and retired here in the Milwaukee area. We will also introduce a number of people by group because there are quite a few of them here today. Will the board members of the foundation please rise? Those are the people to look for when we have the opportunity. We also have a number of members of the Hall of Fame with us today. Will you please rise? today. The program will begin with an address by the Washington High School Assistant Principal, Mrs. Di Thompson.
Hello, my name is Montella Di Thompson. I am the assistant principal of the Freshman Academy. I was asked by my beautiful leader, Angelina Terry, to step in for her today, and obviously I was honored. One of our goals at Washington High School is to ensure that our students are academically sound and they can compete in a global society. And that is one of the goals that we've actually had, and we're always working towards that goal. But our inductees today, I just want you to know that you have paved that way for our students. And I want to thank you for that, because you let them know that they can do that. They have a tough shoes to fill, but they will be academically sound to do that. So I just want to thank you for that, for you setting the pace and paving a way for our students as well. So I want to, number one, thank you and welcome the inductees as well as all of you here today. Thank you.
We did mention special guests, and we should mention that we have two people here from the Milwaukee Public School System. Ann Brown, who will be taking photos. She's standing in the air with her tool of her profession right now in her hand. And Brian Bullock, who is supporting the Zoom connection. There are three recipients who will not be able to join us today. They are Robert Garfinkel, Martin Wiviet, and Professor John Paulus. They will join us, however, via Zoom. We mentioned that there would be a addition to the program today, the Distinguished Service Award, and the foundation president, Connor Rivek, will present that award at this time.
Before I get into discussing the award, I do want to say one thing. There's a line in our alma mater that goes, "Ever onward, never falter." And I will say this class of inductees for the Hall of Fame fits that phrase perfectly, because they started this journey in 2020. And with the pandemic and all the other things that have happened, I congratulate you for sticking with this. And Wayne mentioned that what I'm going to present this morning is the Distinguished Service Award. In 2021, the Foundation Board established this award, and its intent is to recognize an individual who has provided exemplary long-term service for Washington High School staff, students, community, or the foundation. The recipient of this award could be a graduate, staff member, or a member of the community. The foundation president has the primary responsibility for identifying the recipients, working in consultation with the board. Today, we're honoring the very first recipients of this award, Chuck Goldman and Linda Dirkberg. Carl Chuck Goebel, class of 1956. Chuck Goebel was a devoted family man. He had a twin brother, Bob. Chuck was a devoted husband to Maria, a proud dad of Preston, who lives and works in China. Eric, who's done extensive traveling with his family. And Leah, who is providing terrific support for her mom, along with her brothers and other family members. And Chuck was a proud, devoted graduate of Washington High School's class of 1956. Chuck was the first principal of Waukesha North High School and followed that as executive director of the Administrators and Supervisors Council. Career experiences for 100 of PSC's members were better because of Chuck's direct involvement in both resolving problems and enhancing their benefits. Chuck's understanding of educational processes assured that he was a respected professional, whether he was working with new administrators, seasoned professionals, superintendents, or elected officials. As a longtime member of the Washington High School Alumni Scholarship Foundation Board, he had served as president and was a key participant in establishing the Washington High School Graduate Hall of Fame. Chuck continued his support of the foundation even after he was no longer on the board, continuing to screen candidates for the Wall of Fame. All of Chuck's skills came into play when he worked with a small team for over 2 years to sell 2 Berger Sanders paintings that were donated to Washington High School by the class of 1927. He took the initiative to travel to the Sands Gallery in Kansas. That visit led to connecting with Heritage Auctions in Dallas, Texas, for the sale of one of the paintings. The proceeds derived from the sales are now valued at over $800,000, and that means a lot of scholarships for Washington grads. Unfortunately, we lost Chuck last year, but his wife and his son, I believe, are here to accept his award.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Linda Schaefer Durenberg, class of 1969. Linda Durenberg is devoted to her family as a daughter, wife, mother, and sister. She too is devoted to Washington High School. Linda began her work with the foundation when her school celebrated its 100th anniversary. She had a natural interest in its history and proud traditions. She has earned the title of historian and has made the school's history come to life for students, graduates, and the community. Each year for our annual fundraising luncheon, she prepares wonderful displays showcasing various aspects of our school's history, from our prowess in sports, technology, to the arts, and more recently, the achievements of Washington's women. Linda prepared the displays we see today honoring our Hall of Fame inductees. When someone of renown makes the news, the local media outlets get their information from her. When classes plan reunions, Linda often provides tours of the building. The Hall of Fame plaques will be hung on the wall on the second floor. Linda will be working with staff to make that happen. Beyond work for the foundation, Linda has been involved with the local historical site in assuring that upgrades to the building's windows do not detract from its historic designation. She was also involved in restoring the stained glass window with its iconic purple W above the old main entrance. In 2020, Milwaukee's Jewish Museum featured Washington High School in the YouTube segment. Linda provided the content for that presentation. Linda defines the expression, goes the extra mile. We have all benefited from her passion and dedication to Washington's history. Linda.
There we go. Then we know the window. There we go. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda. Chuck? In the world today, there are many various awards. There is the MVP, various blue ribbons, Tony Award, the Emmy Award, you name it, there's a long list. Even the Vince Lombardi Trophy, I don't know, you may have heard of it. Today, we're presenting the Washington High School Alumni Scholarship Foundation Award, Hall of Fame Award. It is similar to other awards that are based on performance and accomplishment. However, in addition, there is one major difference. This award was initiated in 2001 for Washington High School students for the distinct purpose of providing motivation and an example of accomplishment that can be attained in a lifetime. The inductees being noted today illustrate a wide range of opportunities. They represent the areas of law, healthcare, music, education, business, theater, have founded organizations, have been involved in many community activities, and in some cases have had job and career changes that have continued to be successful. So what are the criteria that is used in evaluating the nominees for this award? There are three basic considerations. One, unique excellence in a chosen profession. Second would be exceptional acts of service accrued during a lifetime of service. And three, unique contributions to humanity or a simple act of heroism or inspiration. With us today are Washington High School students who will introduce and present the awards to the inductees. Awards will be presented in order of their graduation year. Now, we will hear from the Washington High School students.
Hello, my name is Rihanna W. I'll be introducing Donald J. Pope in 1949. After graduation, My name is Rihanna W. I'll be introducing Donald J. Pope in 1949. After graduation, Donald Kovner earned a College of Business Administration degree from the University of Wisconsin, master after serving the U.S. Army from 1953 to 1959. He accounted of accounting and eventually started private business and continued to do by purchasing and operating a real estate company. Don Fruity served in Queens environments and one time for the year career with final award of Merit and devoted more than 7 years of company between his being a coach, master true, Scott Master for advertiser, and served as an assistant scout. Master Don was given awards for dedication serving as vice chancellor, and that's always as a founder, coach, and board member. As a senior citizen, he age of 55, he began to get involved in athletic sports. He started playing softball, began to join several other sports, winning a number of senior Olympics competitions, won a total of 512 medals in different sports. He began to select to Wisconsin Seniors in Hall of Fame. He also wore a personal best award from National Senior Games Association for inspiring leaders others. Besides excelling in these competitions as a local, state, and national level, he volunteered with our organizing sports league and tournament for softballs, volleyball, and basketball for the Milwaukee area.
Just up there.
Alumni Day Forum was to present Richard Schwartz after graduation in U.S. Army Service in Spain. Richard worked as an engineer and marketing manager of Milwaukee company before starting his own business, Larson Electronics. After retiring and selling the business, he devoted his free time to community service, first with the Nihama project focusing on basic life skills. Either for the emotional and physical health of youth. In 2008, he founded Seeds of Growth, which gives previously incarcerated young men the experience needed to maintain a job and manage money. A founder of the International Forgiveness Institute, created to resolve the Northern Ireland violence, he brought a modified school program to Milwaukee to improve classroom environment, recognizing both industry needs and the lack of school courses to educate some students in the trades. He initiated a complete welding program at North Division High School and an HVAC program at Custer High School. His intention, volunteer service varies from Milwaukee company, community selling center as an instructor to service on the dean of the graduate school advisory board at UWM on the School of Education Advisory Board at Cardinal Strict University. He also functioned as a trustee on two foundations that provide funding to nonprofits serving youth and inner city needs. Age should not be a deterrent to contribute. Union is his philosophy introduced into the Hall of Fame November 2022.
Still on?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yesterday we received a communication from Chick Larson that he would not be able to attend today. He was very disappointed. He had intended to be here, but as a result of a medical condition, after his doctor visit yesterday, he was told he should not be very active. And his condition was not life-threatening, but if he was too active, it could turn into a life-threatening situation. So therefore, he's following doctor's advice and he's staying home. He did, however, send a communication which he asked that we read today's program, and I will read that at this time. I begin with a thank you to all of the great volunteers on the Washington High School alumni group. Personally, my presence among this special group of people today has been the result of a tenacious and very capable friend from my class, Advocate Sally Derwall. Thank you. Sally is here. A very distinguished event. Suddenly, what has been a quiet personal experience has become an intrusive spotlight played on the recipient. The recipient, the attention that has to be on. The recipient of the attention that has been honestly addressed, the reality of the presence of many others they know have been instrumental in the success they recognize. Do that today by thanking all the associates of mine. I close by encouraging everyone to receive the personal rewards that can very quietly come to people who give back to the community with their time, talent, and treasure. Be a community volunteer. Thank you, Dick Larson.
My name is Steve Francis, presenting Dr. Alfred Elam. As a Washington High School senior, Alfred Elam received a Senior Music Award from the Milwaukee Public School for outstanding music this year. He earned a Bachelor's of Arts in Music Education from Western Washington University, a Master of Theology from Dallas Theology Group, Master of Music from Northwestern University, and Doctor of Music Arts in Veteran from Southwestern Baptist Theological School, Church Music. Dr. Ron taught while in the music department at Ellis Bible College. He started a music program at Cairn University, building a music degree program accredited by the National Association of Schools of Music. Dr. Ron served as a pastor of music and worship at the Virginia Beach Community Chapel, successfully chaired the music department at King's College in Bartlett, New York. He returned to Cairn University as the department chair, where he served until 2006, earning the title chair in at Cairn. He conducted the college chair during a tour of Portland and the CH Republic. He conducted the Lancaster PA Community Care Choir and continues as his associate conductor. He is also a dedicator of music festivals sponsored by the Association of Christian Schools International. He has published a book entitled Christian Education Through Music in 2001. Dr. Ron was named Alumnus of the Year by his alma mater, Western Washington University, introduced into the Hall of Fame November 4, 2017.
Hello, can everybody hear me okay? I just want to make sure we're speaking loud enough. Today I will be introducing James Basta, class of 1952. After graduation from Washington, James Basta attended Eastman High School of Music, where he majored in French horn, obtaining a bachelor's in music with a solo performer certificate. While a student at Eastman, he composed a concerto for marimba and orchestra in 1955. After graduation, he joined the United States Marine Band, the President's Own, and during his 20 years of service, he was an assistant conductor, arranger, and first chair horn, playing for audiences all over the world and for every president from 1956 to 1976. He played at the funeral of President John F. Kennedy and was selected to play the organ for the White House worship service in the East Room during the tenure of President Richard Nixon. After serving in the Marine Band, James took his love of music into the Moravian Church, where he served as a music director and choir director in the various churches for over 40 years. He served his community by founding the Little Symphony of the Fourth Country in North Carolina, as well as the Salem Community Orchestra, and served as its director for 33 years. James also served the community by giving free piano lessons.
Unfortunately passed away, and his sponsor is not able to join us today.
Hello, everyone. Today I will be introducing Dr. Donald T. Lund, class of 1954. Upon graduating from Washington High School in 1954, Dr. Donald T. Lund received a full Navy scholarship to Stanford University. Graduating from Stanford magna cum laude, he spent 3 years as a CIC officer on the aircraft carrier Yorktown. He then returned to Stanford and completed an MA in psychology and his MD degree in 1966. He became chief president in his final year of internship and joined the medical school faculty in 1969. He was devoted to diverse interests from hormone research to serving on the first heart transplant team as a psychiatric consultant, giving the first paper on the psychiatric effects of anti-rejection drugs. He also was in charge of residency training in psychiatry. Dr. Lund taught family law and advanced criminal law at the Stanford Law School. He also co-created the first human sexuality class and co-authored the first textbook in the field. He became a well-known forensic psychiatrist and a founder of the American Academy of Psychiatry and the Law. 3 books in the field came from his pen: Murder Madness, The Die Song, and a memoir called Hearst to Hughes, covering some of the most famous cases. In 1997, Dr. Lund was named Clinical Professor of Psychiatry Emeritus from Stanford Medical School, after which he retired to a private practice in Palm Springs, California. Inducted to the Hall of Fame November 4th, 2022.
I'll just say, my brother would have loved to have been here, but passed away a number of years ago from cancer. But he was beloved by all of his 5 sons, and they would have loved to enjoy this celebration. So thank you very much.
I'm Giordano, Martin Littleton, class of 1955. Martin began his career in the theater of president of the Washington Players. He continued his career as president of the University Players at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. He later served as stage manager at the Fred Miller Theater, working with nobles such as Betty White. Serving in the United States Army from 1960 to 1962. He supervised all Army theater groups in Germany. Returning to the Midwest in 1963, Martin again served as stage manager for the Swan Dinner Theater in Milwaukee and the Tent House Theater in Highland Park, Illinois. His responsibilities increased as he became general manager for the Woodside Center in Hawaii, and later the Melody Top Theater in Milwaukee. In 1971, Martin's career advanced, becoming a producer at the Melody Top until 1979. In 1980, Martin moved to California and produced several films, including The Attic and The Deadly Games. He worked as a producer at the Long Beach Center Lights Opera and the Hollywood Pentagon Theater, eventually serving there as vice president from 2015 to 2020. During his career, he worked with many stars of this era, such as Blair Ivy, Ray Milland, Jean Cloud, Rita Mero, Leonard Naomi, and Catherine Ray, to name a few.
Martin is joining us via Zoom.
You get it bigger? We can see him.
He's in the middle of
Make it bigger. Top right with view. Oh, yeah, Ben, right. There you go.
Actually, can I say a few words? I'm so happy that you were able to do this technological marvel called Zoom. So you can do this. And I was afraid there'd be snow in Milwaukee, but I'm looking at how you're all dressed. I'm here in Palm Springs where it's 60 degrees. I think you're warmer than I am. I just want one brief comment about Washington High School, because there was a life-changing event there that I experienced working with the theater department there. And actually, I was the president of the Washington Players. And for some reason, when you're the president, they give you a gavel. And since 1965, here's that gavel. I still have it. But I just want to talk about an incident that happened that sort of formed my life going forward at Washington High School with Harris Lubenow in the drama department there. The first week at Washington, 1953, they were having extracurricular activity meetings. And I walked into one of the meetings, and there was a desk from the Washington Players with a girl sitting behind it. And she was the president, the student president of the Washington Players. And I looked at her and I said to myself, I said, I want to be that person. I want to be the student president of this group. 2 years later, as you can see by the gavel, I got to be the student president. And when that happened, I sort of realized a life is about deciding what you want, working toward it to achieve those goals, and you do that. And that feeling carried off into the next year, and I'll keep this short. when I went to UWM. And my first year there, I walked into activities meeting and I saw the student president of the university players sitting behind a desk. And I thought, I wonder if that works. Or was that just a one-time thing? 2 years later, I was the student president of the university players at UWM. And I finally realized this is what life is about. You set your goals, you work toward them, and you'll achieve them. So I want to thank Washington High School for setting my life in motion. And thank you very much.
My name is Aishin, and I'll be introducing Alan Lusgold, class of 1963. Alan Lusgold is Dean Emeritus of Education and Professor Emeritus of Education Psychology and Intelligent Systems at the University of Pittsburgh. He earned a bachelor's degree from Michigan State and a master's PhD from Stanford. Initially, he studied how people learn complex skills, including reading, radiological diagnostic, and complex technical jobs. He developed the first intelligent tutoring system to teach technicians how to solve new and unexpected problems in machines, such as those that to make computer chips. In 1990, he founded one of the first AI doctoral programs. He received major national awards from the American Psychological Association of Education and an honorary doctorate from the Open University of the Netherlands. Mr. Lusgold and a colleague developed a high school curriculum paired with an apprenticeship in the machine tool industry. He co-developed a cloud-based intelligent coach to guide students in debate. From 2000 to 2016, he was Dean of Pittsburgh's School of Education. Mr. Lusgold has served on boards of nonprofit organizations focused on improving education and workforce development, and has chaired projects on related topics for the governor of Pennsylvania and the National Academic of Science, Engineering, and Medicine.
Professors always talk too much. First, a big thank you to Donna Raybeck and all the others who select Hall of Fame members and operate the Scholarship Fund. Good things only happen when good people step up to do them. Second, with humility, I salute the other inductees and those already in the Hall of Fame. It's an honor to be among you, and I hope that my future efforts will be consistent with being in such good company. Also, I must acknowledge many people who have been my mentors over the years, teachers, many here at Washington, colleagues and leaders. I've been able to do more and do better largely because they were generous with advice and I was willing to listen to them. Finally, a brief lesson that I hope present Washingtonians will absorb. Recognition usually comes from one's successes in life, but most successful people get there by trying more often as well as failing more often than their peers. Along with whatever successes I've had, there have also been many times when things did not work out. For me and for many people, the combination of trying, bouncing back from failures, and trying to act with integrity has produced a good life. Godspeed to all present Washingtonians as you grow and do good in the world.
That young man has power.
Hello, my name is Tyler Reed. Today I'm going to be presenting Professor J. A. Palmer's. After graduating from Washington, John Allen Pablos earned a bachelor's from mathematics from the University of Wisconsin, and a master's in mathematics from the University of Wisconsin, and a PhD in mathematics from the University of Wisconsin. Professor Pablos teaches at Temple University and has served as an adjunct professor for journalism at Columbia University. His focus is mathematics, logical, and philosophy of science. He has written many books and articles on those subjects. One book, The Numeracy, Mathematical Literature, and its consequence was New York Times bestseller for the list for 5 months. He has written, including a monthly column for ABC News, The Graduate, and on top of news stories. He has also served the educational board for Philadelphia News. In addition to writing, Professor Pavlos has appeared on several television shows and has been featured over 100 radio interviews as a brilliant professor. In 2003, he received the prestigious AAS Award for promoting and public understanding of science. In 2013, the Mathematics Community Award for Joint Policy Board for Mathematics. Introduced into the Hall of Fame November 4, 2022.
Professor Paulus is also joining us tonight.
Am I being heard?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, in any case, I'd like to echo what Alan said. Thank my teachers and mentors and be honored to be included with past and present honorees. And I have just one bit of advice, whether you know much about probability or not, and probability is something I often deal with being a mathematician. I'd like to say that the only certainty in life is uncertainty, and the only security is learning how to live with insecurity. But in any case, best of luck to all of you, and it's an honor being named Washington High School honorary scholar. So carry on. Thanks much. Appreciate it.
Good morning, my name is Janari Robinson. I'm going to be representing Robert Garfinkel, class of 1965. After graduating from Washington High School, Robert earned an education degree from UW Oshkosh and a master's degree in sports administration at UW Milwaukee. He taught 6th grade at Luxembourg Castle School for Elementary for 12 years. As an owner of Bible Faith for 22 years, he utilized his teaching talents by supporting his community through a nonprofit organization. This accomplishment includes being a founding member of 2 successful nonprofits, including 5 volunteers and teaching handicapped and disabled individuals how to fish. His literacy partners which mainly focus on adult literacy. In addition to being a leader of the nonprofit world, Bob has elected himself the key one country board for directors for 12 years. He was an active member of all aspects of government, including the development of a country ground water ordinance, which his passion was always a parks and recreation debate, where he was an instrumental in creating 2 new park locations. Bob has devoted more than 25,000 volunteer hours to help improve his community over his lifetime. He has received many awards for his endeavors, most notably the Green Bay Packers Award, Wisconsin Public Service Leadership, and Wisconsin Heroes Award for establishing literacy partners. He has helped create a better life for those who supported himself, and mostly important, he has inspired others to do the same. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame November 2022.
Am I on?
Yep.
I want to thank everybody who was responsible for giving me this award. I wish I could be there today, but my health will not permit it. I'd like to say that Washington High School and the Milwaukee Public School System set my foundation to succeed in just about everything I tried. Washington High School Boy, I don't know if anybody there remembers Mr. Gettle. He was like my science teacher. I don't know if anybody. Anyway, he got me going on science, and I wound up teaching science for 13 years. And I had a very strong background in writing due to my work with the language arts department. So thank you very much.
I'm Perry. I will be introducing attorney Sheila Parrish Spence, class of 1965. A lawyer, educator, author, and more. Sheila's service in the law is notable. She received her first law degree from the historical Black College and University, North Carolina Central University, and is the sole practitioner of her own law firm. The law offices of Sheila Parrish Spence. She was the first African American to be appointed as a Racine County District Attorney. In Milwaukee County, she was appointed and served as an assistant corporation counsel, Milwaukee County Assistant District Attorney, and Milwaukee County Child Support Legal Counsel. She was also the compliance director for the Lower Civil Rights Motion. Sheila has taught, facilitated, and coached a number of disciplines for several colleges and universities, including Springfield College, Massachusetts, Alverno College, University of Phoenix, and Bryant Staten College. Sheila is a presenter of professional law seminars, lecturer, mentor, and author of a number of professional articles and 2 published books. Her community service continues as she serves in many organizations: Medical College of Wisconsin Community Advisory Board for Cancer, the NAACP Alpha Alpha Sorority Links Incorporated, Top Ladies of Distinction, and NCCU Alumni Association. She has received numerous honors and awards and played a violin with a group of judges and lawyers. No strings attached. Inducted into the Hall of Fame November 4th, 2022.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I know you can at least see my head. But I am taller than my mother, so. I just have a few words that I would like to say. Wait a minute. Glasses. You see my glasses? In that bag? Thank you. First, this is such an honor, and it's so exciting because tomorrow I'll be 74. I'm thankful. I'm here honoring everyone, those of us who are receiving and those who are observing. I know have felt so much, and we're so happy that the students are here because we know that you are going to go higher heights as well. Knowing that some of the other people who are in the Hall of Fame are like, Wally Cruz from the NFL Scout, or Governor Dreyfus from Wisconsin, Herb Cole, Bud Selig, Fred Vetter, Gene Wilder, the actor, And just think, we could be in it with them. Yes. I loved attending Washington High School. When we moved here from Brooklyn, New York in the 50s, I had no idea that here we are in 2022. People would be saying, she did a few things right. I was involved and enjoyed being the library aide. I enjoyed being in the Latin class with Mrs. Levine. Some said Levin, I said Levine. And then I also enjoyed being in the theater department. I think that helps me as being a lawyer too, right? So with all of these things said, I just want to thank Washington High School, the school administration from NPS, the administration here at this school, and isn't it exciting that your principal is in my page up there?
Oh, she mentioned it to me.
Yes. There's a lot of us that came today, thank you. And I think that the main thing is, remember, no matter how tall, how short, how old or young, you matter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Sanders. Today I will be introducing John Davis Jenkins, class of 1977. John Jenkins excelled at Washington High School as captain of both the football and basketball team. He received all honors as a quarterback in 1976, honorable mention for basketball the spring of 1977. He graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Madison with a Bachelor of Science degree in pharmacy. He began his professional career by opening and managing a Walgreens located at 3rd and North Avenue in 1994. He repeated at a new Walgreens on 27 and North Avenue, continuing to be a positive role model for young men and women whom he came in contact. He provided acceptance, encouragement, and direction for what they could achieve and who they could become. John belonged to the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, the oldest and collegiate African American fraternity and Boys for Life, organization that highlighted achievement, excellence, and service. He served the community by administrating immunizations to the public by conducting health screening in schools and assisting living facilities. He has also participated in Milwaukee Public Schools Career Days, conducting class, science labs, in local classrooms. He participated in Read Across American events. One of his founding members of Washington is returning to serve as assistant coach under Jalen Gordon and winning the Wisconsin Boys Division I state basketball champion.
Pause for a second. Pause for a second. I'd like to commend all you guys over there. It's a hard thing to do to speak in front of people the first time. Guess what you have after this? You got experience. Now you know, take your time, not in a hurry, just be comfortable with what you're doing. Now you got an experience and you can build on that. Like Mr. What was his name? Set your goals. Your goals come. Set your goals, your mind, your subconscious mind, will just make you make decisions to achieve those goals. But you gotta have a goal that's something else. And be careful what you hope for, because sooner or later, whether it's good or bad, you're gonna get it.
to throw in with what he's saying, I started my babies off. All but 3 of them are freshmen. All of them are freshmen, all but 3. So this is definitely experience. They will be excelling at this point.
My name is Charlotte Ball, and I'm a senior at Washington High School. And today I will be inducting Darnell Washington. After graduation, Darnell Washington earned a bachelor's degree in finance and a real estate certificate. He was recognized as a Business Journal's top 100 influential finance executives in a 2019 Milwaukee Business Journal 40 Under 40, which identifies a cross-section of the most influential and accomplished young business leaders under the age of 40. He also received recognition as a 2018 United Way of Greater Milwaukee Waukesha County P5 awardee and a 2016 Madison 365 Black Power 44 Most Influential African Americans in Wisconsin recently. For 3 consecutive years, he was recognized as a power broker by the Milwaukee Business Journal. Darnell currently serves as the board chair of the Wisconsin Housing and Economic Development Authority. Tony Evers. He serves on the City Plan Commission, Milwaukee, and has been employed by American Family Insurance as the Partnership Development Advisor for the Community and Social Impact Division. His community service includes being a co-founder of Social X, a diversity, equity, inclusion organization providing a connected platform for diverse professionals, business and corporations in the greater Milwaukee area. Darnell has provided expertise to numerous organizations such as the African American Chamber of Commerce of Wisconsin, the Mitchell Park Conservatory, Domes Task Force, Visit Milwaukee IDEA Committee, and Milwaukee Excellence Charter School, inducted into the Hall of Fame November 14, 2020.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I'll come back behind here again, so I can get the photos and stuff.
Thank you.
So this is a little emotional for me because my journey started right over my shoulder. Mom, you remember we used to live down the street? Probably can see our house from here. So before I even stepped foot in the doors of Washington as a student, I learned how to swim here. I competed here playing basketball in the youth rec leagues. My older brother went to school here, and it brought a couple things to me that I want all of our young pergolas to understand. So all of us are young, and then our younger pergolas, that a couple things come to mind for me. The first is, at a young age, I learned the difference between wants and needs. And I want to shout out everybody that's here to support me. So relationships and who you associate yourself with and spend your time with. So I want to thank God for being here at this moment. All our fallen pergolders, you know, they couldn't be here, some of my classmates. They couldn't be here, and everybody that laid a path for me. And when I was leaving middle school, me and my dad probably went and looked at, what, 12 different schools at? And, you know, I thought I wanted to go somewhere, but God was like, nope, you need to be here at Washington High School. And, you know, that taught me a couple different things. One, that we've heard so much greatness that's already came and has come from Washington High School. And I needed to be here because there was some people I needed to meet. There were some folks I needed to open some doors for me. Shout out to Stephen and the committee. And I needed to learn how to unlock my value as a pergola. So that's the first thing. Along my journey and taking all those things into college and into my professional career, I needed to meet other great people. So I want to shout out my AmFam team in the back there. A lot of the accolades that I got in my professional career, being a financial executive, my former team lead, my mother and my dad's other son, Joaquin, helped show me that, you know, it's okay to step outside your comfort zone and lean into your greatness. So all our younger pergolas over here, Mr. Jenkins was right. Not only was he the sharpest dressed pergola in the room, but he gave you guys some really great advice. You know, you guys can do anything that you want to if you just put your mind to it. You know, if you want to be the president, if you want to own an NBA team, if you want to start a business, if you want to travel the world, there's nothing that can stop you, right? So last thing before I wrap up, how many people like surprises? Like y'all like gifts, surprises and stuff like that? Sometimes. So if you go under your chair and reach, like Oprah style, I'm just kidding. One of the great things that I love about my journey is you meet a lot of different people, and I meet a lot of different great people in the community. And through that, we built a really amazing team at American Family Insurance. I want to shout out our leader who couldn't be here now, Leanna and Kelsey. And I told her about this really amazing award, and what we do in my role is we figure out how do we make community impact and invest in those who are disinvested and find out different ways to connect the dots. So with me being employed at AmFam, and they saw my value as not only an employee, but a community leader, they made a commitment in my behalf to $5,000 to the Scholarship Foundation. So without being supported by my community, I'm really grateful. I thank God for being here. And I'm really grateful for everybody that came to support me today and that has supported me throughout my journey as I walk these halls as a student, and also as I walk out this door as a man to be able to make impact in others. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for that generous gift. And by the way, Renell was a scholarship recipient as a graduate of Washington High School. Before I hand this over to Wayne, just a note to our recipients. The frames that you see over here are actually our gift to you. They are not the plaques that will be hung on the wall. Those are still in the process of being completed. So for those of you who live out of town, we will ship those to you. You don't have to worry about carrying them on the plane. But I did want to make that mention. Wayne? He doesn't like that.
Congratulations to the members of the Washington High School Scholarship Alumni Foundation, class of 1922. Of 2022. I'm from the 20th century. I think we owe a special thank you to this class of students who have been here helping us in this program. Listen, you stole my thunder. This is a young class. And there's one thing you say about a young team, you're only going to get better. So thank you and congratulations for the job well done. There's an old saying, the world belongs to those who participate. Today, we have seen the results of participation. We've been introduced to a group that has met the challenge and demonstrated significant participation. And thank you. Well, on behalf of the Hall of Fame Committee and the Washington High School Alumni Scholarship Foundation, we thank all of you for your attendance today. We thank the Milwaukee Public School System and the staff of Washington High School, Ms. Perry, and Mr. Ivan Ty Thompson, and the faculty for making this facility available for us so that we could have this ceremony today. Again, thank you for attending and have a safe trip home.